The rise of the indie game industry has led to some interesting experimentation. Without huge budgets, there's less risk for game designers, and you can create games with some truly original ideas. Take, for example, Papers, Please, our winner for 2013's Most Original Game. On paper, this much would look like an awful prospect. This game is essentially a bureaucracy simulator. You pretend to be an immigration clerk at the border of a fictional country called Arstotzka, clearly modeled after a country in the former Soviet Union. Here, in the confines of your station, you catch glimpses of the world around you. It's a beautiful way to tell a story, because as much as you would like to help the sick and needy who come to Arstotzka in search for a better life, you must also worry about your family, who could starve or freeze to death if you don't make enough money to support them. As your responsibilities increase to a ridiculous point, it becomes apparent how much trouble Arstotzka is in. Combine this with a plot that allows you to support the mysterious starved and sick in their revolt, and allows you, a simple pencil pusher, to affect where your country goes or where you go. For Most Original Game of the Year, no other need apply, and indeed will be denied entry. Glory to Arstotzka.
Okay, so time to find out which video game crawled through the trenches of 2012 and saw the beginning of the new year. In an upset, it was voted Halo 4. That's right, everyone, and now to tell you why. One thing that helps is that Halo 4 came out in November of 2012, so it caught the tail end of its year and was barely winded as the start of 2013. Now it's probably fair to say that by December most people had played the campaign, but 343 Industries didn't let things go. Gamers had the ability to play Spartan Ops and multiplayer to keep things running. Also, at the beginning of the year, 343 released the second half of Spartan Ops through the months of January and February, and let people waiting in weeks, like groups of college girls for their episode of American Horror Story. And also, don't forget the map pack updates to multiplayer, like Crimson, Majestic, Castle, and Bullseye. One of the final things that would be added to the game is Ricochet, a basketball-esque video game if all your friends were wearing medieval suits and the white guys could actually jump. So anyways, thanks to these updates, Halo 4 gained a large replay value and is 2013's 2012 Game of the Year.
And the winner of Story of the Year is Last of Us. Naughty Dog has done it again with this wonderful post-apocalyptic, infection-ravaged, death-to-the-masses world. At first glance you might say, oh, another zombie game? But I'm going to have to stop you right there. The infected world is just a setting for a character-driven story, that of Joel and Ellie, one of the best duos in years, where they must work through the evolution of the world around them as they travel across a ravaged United States over the course of a year. But the story does something unusual for a AAA title. It stresses that you are not these characters. When playing games nowadays, you kind of just assume that the characters are going to be written in a way that you can project yourselves onto them. They make decisions you would probably make, and they're the kind of person you want them to be. But you can't completely predict what's going on in Joel and Ellie's heads, and they make decisions that you wouldn't expect, or sometimes even want. You're driving the game, but they are really making decisions of where you're going, and that is a sense of suspense that makes this game just grab you by the gut. As people, they're hurt, broken, tired, and desperate to survive, and you are put right behind them, a guiding hand to get them to a destination that you don't know. And that level of interactive storytelling is what makes Last of Us the winner of Story of the Year.